You know, might have been 20k down, but still picking up the kills he did. You know, if that game was any closer, that might have been the beginning of Mono being able to take the game away from OG. Certainly took my voice away at the end of that one. An incredible final fight. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 now here between OG and Aster. And overall, what sort of stands out to you? The change up from Amar, going back to one of his classics here, the Underlord coming into the last pick. What do you think they saw that made them feel that Underlord would have a good place this game in the grand finals?
He saw nothing else because everything was banned.
Yeah.
No, he was versus the 2 strength cores. I think in particular that's really nice, and also the damage negation that Atrophiora is going to provide for them to last longer in the fights. I think that's what PA needs in a lot of situations. If PA lives, we see what you can do, right? If you get to these later stages, the built-in lifesteal on the jump is pretty ridiculous, so maybe that's what they're looking for as well. The control is also just nice, too, right? I think Ansenio was saying it, the layer of these roots and control that can be a little annoying for a hero like Bloodseeker once a BKB starts to tick down. But let's see if he's going to make it work, because to me it does look like a much harder PA game than the setup, at least for Uragi to carry last year, as I was saying before.
And what do you think sort of jumped out after this game that made them want to run the Tiny in the different capacity? This time having Ori playing the Tiny in the mid lane.
I think they saw the puck, so it's a clear puck mid matchup that we've seen time and time again. Tiny doing excellent versus it. I actually think Tiny might even be better versus the puck now without the side camp, because puck utilized it even better. So yeah, eyes on Ori to kind of set the pace of this game, and it could be a pretty damn good game for the Tiny.
Let's see how well BZM's able to play on the puck. We saw last game, Ori definitely had his work cut out when it came to jumping around the team fights. Is there too much the BZM's going to be threatened with in this game, do you feel?
Yeah, there's a ton of disable. There's silences from Grimstroke, there's leashes, the puck, or the Tiny combo in general, because he's going to get earlier Blink Dagger. Doesn't look as easy for BZM. That's what I was saying. Like for BZM and for Uragi, game looks a little tougher. But if anyone can do it, OG has just looked spectacular in this grand finals.
And how would you imagine sort of the safe lane goes for Aster? Would you imagine sort of the built-in sustain that Monet has as a Bloodseeker is going to be enough against the inevitable spam from Chu and Amar?
Yeah, it's an easy lane for a Monet, I would say. He should be able to get some pretty solid free farm. I think they can even pose kill threat much more onto Amar than Amar can pour onto Monet. Just depends on how many stacks and everything and what Chu decides to do. How good he can get disruptions to kind of stop the aggression versus Inkswell.
See sort of the difference in dynamic as well for Aster in terms of what they can expect from PQ, right, on the support Grim.
Yep.
Sure, you know, you've got some buffs to throw out, but not quite on the same level as the sort of the heavier defensive supports that PQ's been playing, like the Dazzles, the Abaddons, the Wyverns.
Yeah, absolutely. Baboka does juke out those brambles nicely. Yeah, no, I agree. He still does have at least some defensive thing when you get your shard coming out as Amar. Heavy harassment. They do have the disrupt to at least protect him for a moment, but yeah, you're already starting to see what this lane is going to start to look like quickly.
Absolutely, I was sitting on the regen from Amar. He's got a couple of tangos left, but Monet might look to dive him under the tower. He's got the blood right, the Inkswell buff up to go. Has to get in and get first blood.
Yeah, it's not easy. Every time disrupt is on cooldown, just trying to protect this Underlord is going to be very difficult versus these two. Excellently done from Aster. And yeah, Monet, he'll be able to sustain fine up here.
Bottom lane, Baboka also getting low, but not quite having the ability to jump and chase him down.
These side lanes are super aggressive. So everybody just constantly, also this always happens, right? It's like, especially lately, it's more and more, this is why Bloodseeker's value tends to go up a lot. There's so much spamming in the waves that he always is moving a little bit faster because of that thirst. Especially when it's going to be like a tiny mid also, constantly harassing onto the puck. So far, looking at mid matchup, Ori slightly ahead at the moment.
See if we get any sort of early moves towards the mid. So it seems that for now, both teams more focused on looking for these kills in these side lanes.
Nice move from BZM though. Shoves the wave in super hard under mid, so he's making sure he's not losing anything, and he's actually going to be able to get a rune out of it because of that. Nice move. Top. We'll get a little better as those levels do get there for Amar. Level 3, so level 2 atrophy to offset some of that damage is pretty nice. And he does have second bracer, so unlikely to die again, but yeah, that first one, pretty painful to set Monet off to a good start.
Oh, for sure, and yeah, if Chu's able to always hold back the disruption and use it to play around the blood right threat if someone's in range of it, should be able to save one another.
Just which one? He has to make a choice, right? He has to, are you going to dodge the Inkswell or are you going to dodge the blood right? As, ooh, who actually used the glyph there? It looks like Top used the glyph for the blood right. Not something you see too often, usually mid laners, so exclusive to have that power. as now the mid lane just getting harder and harder. Ori.
See bottom. Solid angle there from XXS with the spear. Will set up for the kill.
Okay, wow, that did a lot more damage. Oh, okay, that's why. I was like, wow, that did tons of damage. Level 2 acorn shot, so not usually something you see picked up. Usually you do see like the 2 points in Bushwhack, just one there, so cool from Baboka to make sure that he gets that kill. Different skill build than usual.
CS at the moment. Very, very even, really.
And Amar actually now starting to dominate the CS.
He's getting a
with
lot of last.
bracers.
He's top of the board.
Bit surprising, actually. But after he gets like the full reset of HP, I guess it actually maybe helped him more than harmed him, that death.
2 points in that passive. It's got a hefty amount of right click, so very hard to contest unless Monet can sort of set up the creeps to take him out with a blood right. Amar having a very solid chance of getting plentiful denies on this top lane.
Phase boots are finished for Monet now. Should get a little easier for him, but yeah, pretty huge that Amar is able to just get this tanky that they can't actually go for him at all. The double, this is just his build, right? He always does this. Double bracer offlaners, always, even 3 sometimes.
Man, he's gonna have that ring of health on him very shortly after this delivery from the courier, so he's gonna be super, super tough to harass out of this lane.
They can't push him out. They have to come in for kills pretty much if they want to stop him there. As bottom, the connect. Ooh, it gets cut right away.
Immediate response there from Yuragi with the Quelling Blade.
Pretty even though in the lanes so far. PA getting slowed down a little bit. Same thing for the Bloodseeker. Tiny just having that outstanding game as we mentioned. You know, the matchup just very nice.
Yeah, we'll see it again there. Very, very quick move that does mean that stun comes to an end, and if it didn't, Tiger might have been in trouble.
Yeah. But XXS also getting that free farm. And we've seen what Mars is able to do at this tournament, especially in these last few games, just how dominant this hero's been in both of these players' hands too. It's the important thing. You know, everyone talks about Amar and his Mars. XXS is a beast on this hero.
Very hard for OG to get aggressive on him anytime that Baboka's in the area. Huge amounts of burst physical available from these two, the Mars and the Hoodwink.
Yeah, Taiga's just really squishy, especially versus these two. He has to be super careful. If he ever uses Shadow Realm aggressively, we'll quickly get turned on.
We'll see. Again, BZM, I believe, just headed back. Continues to grab those bounties. Coverage time from his half of the map.
Ooh, nice orb. Max range actually gets that last creep.
Does have the level 6 online, so potential now for reactions to any side lane play.
And now Aster probably even more unlikely to go for too aggressive of a play up top onto Amar. They haven't been able to anyway because of this insane regen he has, but BZM always will be there to react if they do make an aggressive move.
He's not going to be an easy hero to kill this game, Amar.
Nobody wants to leave their lanes at the moment though. And literally nobody has left. They're all just sitting stagnant in those side lanes.
I'll see the TP now, Baboka. He's ready to change things up. He'll come in towards the top lane. So we get the setup on Chu, but Chu, very quick with the disruption. So there's no chance for Baboka to catch him.
Or he gets the solo kill.
He did over in the mid lane. A solo kill on the 1v1. We'll see if Aster can also find something out of his top play. They may just do so. The setup's there from Baboka. Acorn shot into the Bushwhack. They'll cut the tree down, and he has got the hood, so Amar's very tanky.
He ran into the root.
He runs into the root. Monet gets caught on the way out.
Monet. A big mistake there. He walked into the second one.
And that mid lane play, I'm sure we'll be able to get a replay of it, but looks like just stepping up, catching him in the combo, or he having just enough damage to take BZM down.
Man, it looks like he just got on top of him. Enough burst. After the first one, he got him to like half HP. The secondary one must have just been enough. As yet, top Amar, the tankiness proves to be too much. A hood now finished, also able to counteract them easily. The 3 points in Atrophy are definitely coming into play. They could not commit onto him.
No, Monet just doesn't have the damage at all to really offer in an attempt to take down this Underlord.
And that was Baboka. Baboka was the one who tried to gank top, and he actually kind of ganked his own safe lane in a way. Monet now.
OG, they're still hanging around for more action. Chu's got the setup. He's going to be able to step out of this.
Here comes Ori.
And with the fourth hero, they could threaten Amar. They'll try and charge him down. They've caught him in the avalanche. With 4 heroes, surely he can't walk out of this one, and indeed he can't. Aster finally able to shut down Amar in this top lane.
I believe he TP'd with the Arcane Rune as well, so TP will be up faster for Ori. A quick, easy move. all kind of sequences of what happened when you get that solo kill mid. You guarantee yourself the power rune and an easy move. That could kind of set the tempo for this early game. Ori having this excellent start. His blink is going to be so fast. He's already 600 away.
And BZM's definitely got to keep his sort of sight set on finding that kill opportunity with the Dream Coil to really jump him back into the game. Is starting to slip behind in gold.
Yeah, Ori's probably like, yeah, I had a really hard puck game. Now I'm going to make you have a very tough puck game. He is quite addressed this time around. Not into a Nyx Assassin, but a Tiny with a Blink Dagger super early is probably even more threatening.
A lot of continued focus really around that top lane. Doesn't mean that down bottom, Uragi's having a pretty chilled time. Not really too much that's been thrown his way so far.
Yeah, I think it's unlikely they make an aggressive move unless they bring like the Bloodseeker or the Tiny. They still can go for like rupture plays and tossbacks and everything too, which is always going to be a big element to make Uragi's game just really difficult. That's why they went for this setup.
Now Baboka already preparing some of the stacks here. Same to be said over on OG's side of the map, Chew. Making sure there's a good amount to farm here in the triangle.
Good lane.
So get the setup, Tiger. Got the Fairy Fire. He's going to be able to step out of that one.
The tree!
Ooh. Oh, down to about 19 HP there, Tiger.
If Ori actually gets the tree throw off before he gets the disruption, then they would probably get the kill because he doesn't have the bonus armor, but yeah, it doesn't quite get it off. A nice play from Chew. Always seems to, I mean, he's really excellent this game, or this entire series, this whole tournament with his positioning.
Stepping in as he has.
He's always in the right place, like to save people. It's pretty nice. It's pretty remarkable. Now he's gonna take a stack of his own. He wants to get his level 6 in some timing.
See Aster look towards the top lane, but just with the two of them, I mean, how much of a chance do they stand of killing Amar? Can they make a rupture play on him, or is it just not going to happen?
Nah, they need a third hero. I think with just the two of them, it's never really going to work. He can just TP after rupturing, Swell goes off, or just even stand his ground under his Firestorm. They need to have the Tiny or the Hoodwink 6. Another stack coming out, Baboka. I actually think he missed that one. Ooh. Huge hard camp stack, though, so Ori, I believe that is the Blink Dagger now done. So pace of the game is going to kick up quickly here for Aster. Yeah. But at the same time, BZM, OG, they're looking to make their own hit.
We'll be able to capture success here with the Bramble, the Fear control as well. Of course, the Fear and the Dream Coil combo causing the snap to occur.
Nicely done.
And making that move just to the point which was almost certainly moments before Aster were to look to make a move themselves down there. The Blink Dagger done on Ori. He wants to try and catch out Uragi.
Who are they going to get?
See if he can do it now.
Up.
They need to burst through this PA. See Baboka setting up with the ultimate. He'll turn to the side. They'll get the break hit in. It's not quite enough damage straight away to take down Uragi,
They're both
though.
okay because they split the damage.
And he's now able to turn potentially. Tiger comes in from the side. You'll see Amar ready to jump across from the other side of the map. They'll get back in onto Ori. They'll take him down. Chew hits the 6, has the Demonic Purge. They'll be able to set up a look for Baboka as well. The arena's out. Disruption from Chew. He's giving that safety towards Uragi. Uragi may still be able to keep this fight going. He's going to TP out safely. They cannot stop his escape. Uragi gets out. Tiger as well escapes. Only BZM left behind as Mono will manage to swing over, at least find something there for Aster.
What a save though, Chew again. Every single time. Amar also, he comes bottom, says hello, goes straight back to top, wants to keep getting that farm and pressure
Look how much money he's got. He's got 2,000 gold in the bank here.
This is going to be an incredibly early Atos before Bloodseeker's even anywhere near a BKB, so the control from Amar, it's going to be problematic for this Bloodseeker. And yeah, that whole sequence happens because Aster, they kind of split because Uragi, he blurred in, and it kind of like messed with them. Like they both kind of went for these different targets. Baboka getting the snipe on the PA while the combo goes on the puck.
They'll be able to stick around and push for the tier 1, but indeed we'll see again towards the end of that fight. You know, it was a good job that Mono did turn up because without his presence, they wouldn't have been finding anything in this engagement. But again, Chew just absolutely on point here with the spell usage, making sure that Uragi, he's not threatened at all.
I think it's such a heads-up play, though, what Amar does. Like this, you know, TP down, collect the damage, because when you kill the heroes, of course, you know, you get that extra attribute. TP's back top, gets a tower, gets extra farm. He tends to do this. He's super farm heavy, but it usually pays off for him as, yeah, top of the net worth. He actually goes for the pipe instead. So tanking up versus the magic damage that Aster has, and maybe just wanting to show up to every single team fight then, rather than being the catch, he's just going to negate all that damage. Because then maybe, you know, Puck is going to survive the burst in all these situations versus the Tiny if the Underlord is in the area.
See Aster, of course, they'll continue to try and hit OG with these moves. Smoke up on Ori and PQ. Also has the Invis as well if they need to close the gap further. XXS Arena ready to drop.
Yeah, really cool how he decides to do this, right? Just tries to tank up his whole team rather than going for any catch. Amar just feels like if they just tank the fight, they'll end up winning it, I guess. So pipe into the Wraith Pack next.
And I think for the most part, you know, if you sort of consider what Aster have, it will be Aster having to throw their bodies into the front of the team fight to get that jump.
Oh, bottom. See him. He knows.
The setup.
Is it enough, though?
And they got the follow.
Oh, it doesn't latch.
He's not able to latch in time. He phase shift, jumps out of the side. Chu buys time to protect him from the God's Rebuke. XXS will drop the arena, but BZM still alive. Silence comes into play to try and stop the fear from Tiger, but as it comes to an end, Tiger still gets the fear off. Pushes back XXS. XXS cannot run.
Some of these, sometimes you see that, and it's so crazy how it happens, but I think actually the toss cut one of the trees that was where the spear is going to connect. I mean, it's super random how that happens sometimes, but either way, OG, they benefited from it massively. XXS now twice getting brought down.
And these saves from Chu. Aster, they've got to have someone dealing with the Shadow Demon.
Oh, Yuragi's getting all the space in the world, and now we mentioned those ancient stacks that they've been prepping for him. It's like a 5x ancient
That's
for
massive.
this PA.
Oh my goodness, we saw how much Monet was able to do towards the end whilst he was playing from so far behind. In this game, Yuragi, he's going to be playing from the top.
He's already spamming the chat wheel. He's so happy. This is pretty massive, them just being able to keep this farm for Yuragi. He's now going to catapult forward past this Bloodseeker. Aster, it feels like they have to start making some more aggressive moves to try to slow down this PA, but
they have to keep going with Ori.
It keeps getting counteracted. Like OG, they're prepared for it, or somehow they end up surviving it, or bring the numbers. Like Amar, he's looking. I mean, he's like sitting mid, kind of AFK. I think he's just waiting for rift opportunity. Yep.
Yeah, he's going to look to try and join the fight because Monet headed out alone, and
he's
with
dead.
nothing to protect himself, he's gone.
Oh man, Owen. OG is just finding every single opportunity.
Yeah, and Aster's, they're not finding the catch.
No, and they're drafted. Like, we mentioned the PA, he has a lot of things that he's dealt with, and like there's a lot of counters to him, but he's getting way too much on the map.
He's ahead. See if they can burst through Amar. They catch him in the river. Set up there, along with the sharpshooter, have to drop pretty much everything to kill him, but it is a success. They take out Amar.
Honestly worth it. He is being so annoying this game. They have to get more out of it, though. I think they have to try to pressure this tower now. 25 seconds without the Underlord.
They've got to continue to play fast.
It's a full HP tower, though. It's not going to be easy.
If anyone steps up, Ori, he's be ready with the blink jump.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Does not die fast, though.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they'll reveal himself now. They'll hit them with the scan. They know that OG's hiding on the other side of the lane.
We get some tower damage here, but not the whole thing whatsoever. As Yuragi just continues to clear some camps up, get this incredible timing. You see his levels. Level 13 now, Bloodseeker only 11. He's feeling very good.
And now that OG's grouped up as the four of them around this mid, it's a very dangerous place for Aster to be anywhere near. Still going to try though, Ori. He's in with the jump combo.
That's,
They get him up pretty deep here under the tier 1, but OG, they're close by. They can back him up. And now BZM steps in, Dream Coil onto the two of them. They'll turn to deal with PQ as PQ taken out. Aster, they've got to back off. It feels like they may be running out of options here, Aster. Despite the goal being close, they're going for these plays that seem a little bit desperate.
yeah, I mean, they're going for Amar, the 2,000 HP pipe hero. They're committing quite a lot onto him a lot of the times, too. Yuragi now, he can join into the fray.
See the jump again from Ori.
Uh-oh.
Meteor Shadow runs the third Purge thrown down on him. He's not able to get the catch. The fear out onto the two of them. Ori's gone. See if they can turn with the arena. They caught Amar. A big kill to find. Spear wasn't needed to hit, but it still gets the job done. Silence as well catches out BZM. Okay. A very well needed couple of kills there for Aster. Onto two of the cores of OG. This time OG getting caught out.
And Monet has BKB now, and as we said, you know, PA still has to watch out versus all these counters. Aster finally finds something going their way. Huge pickups onto the two cores.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be another a rough move there with Ori sort of dying at the start, but was able to sort of tempt OG into a fight that Aster did have the capabilities to turn there. Having the arena ready to go, XXS, and of course being as tanky as he is, BKB at the ready. They can't quite go on the Mars, you know, without considering how much they have to throw down to threaten him. XXS, he's starting to become a bit of a problem.
Yeah, bit of an overextension there from OG, gets quickly punished. It was kind of clutch timing. Like, honestly, I really feel like Aster, they did need that for the Bloodseeker to make sure that he's able to keep up with the PA. Yuragi was starting to run away with that farm, but now Monet, BKB's done. He can look to join every single one of these fights.
Nice little find here as well for Monet, the Brigand's Blade.
The dream.
Extra damage to allow him to commit in these fights with the BKB Maelstrom.
Also, they get a couple, with those kills, they do get a couple extra big items too. The Grimstroke now with the Shard. This could be something to offset a lot of that burst damage and control that OG does have.
Yeah, they do have the sort of the tools to enable Monet to pop off in these team fights.
They sure do. And as we said, the core-to-core matchup this time around. Last time it was Yuragi with this huge advantage, Monet versus that PA, and that Rupture is always going to be a big thorn in Yuragi's side.
Saber now done for Ori, so extra level to the burst that he'll have when he gets the jump.
Looks like Amar did switch up the build, of course, too. Switching it up constantly. Had the Wraith Pack queued, now BKB because he's scared of the big burst.
See Ori, he's going to go for another jump onto Amar. TPs are coming in. Can they kill him quite quick enough? Chu offering up the disruption. Sharpshooter's going to be there off to the side. Will land over towards Chu. Monet pops the BKB, focusing down Amar. Amar trying to get out there with a teleport.
He's gone.
Do so. Back to the fountain. Amar escaped.
And Monet's BKB's done.
Ori's going to try and get the jump off again. He's backing onto Yuragi with the toss combo. Yuragi gets burst there by the magical damage of the Grimstroke and the Bloodseeker.
BCM.
OG, they're still trying to fight. Amar's able to reset Portal back into the action, catching out Ori with the Dream Core BCM. Ori turns with the Avalanche. He tries best to juke this out. He's got Blink up in a second. He'll blink down. See if they still find him. Curse Ground hits. They will. OG still able to find the majority of the kills in that, despite this time losing their carry. Yuragi does go down.
Aster still probably pretty okay with it. They lose Ori, but Monet able to scurry away. Look a little scary for him for a second too, because his BKB was falling off, but they didn't have anything further to catch. But yeah, Yuragi, I'm surprised he actually showed up to this fight. Like, he was very close, getting closer and closer to BKB, but once they get involved, gets punished.
Can they catch BZM? He'll be down to Baboka.
Let's see, he's sneaking.
See if we can find him in the trees. Deep into the corner. Yeah, he tries for an attempt. Won't quite be able to find him. Already out with the phase shift in the jump. BZM will be safe. TP just coming back online.
And now he has Blink Dagger of his own, so much more elusive in the fights and will be easier access onto the Hoodwink and this Grimstroke that he's kind of has to go for as this puck in the fights.
And we'll see how quick Aster is going to be to look to try and take another fight.
Let's see how much they can tank up too, because the pipe could be pretty massive for OG just to offset a lot of that damage, and they don't really have anything that they can do that. Veil is actually finished for Taiga, so a lot of magic damage that OG does actually have.
I think
that
Aster,
is amped up.
They want to group up and go Aster. Here's the smoke.
I think this is exactly what they have to do, really.
Yep.
Blink on XXS as well too. They have an easier form of initiation. They're feeling strong right now.
I mean, we saw that last fight. It was very close to being an overwhelming win for Aster if they were able to kill Amar before he portaled out.
They might yet get Yuragi. He has BKB coming on the courier.
Oh, he's already out. Jumps over to the creep wave.
That was close.
So whatever happens now, BKB will be ready to pop here for the PA, unless they can burst him there on the high ground. He might not expect the jump, but no, already the BKB's there.
He's jumping
Yuragi knows that they're going for the play on him, and he'll turn to make the play on them. Fear out, starting to push Ori back. BTM's onto the back line, catches the two supports with the Dream Core. They take down Ori, take down Baboka, take down PQ, XXS also to fall. OG, they were prepared.
The shadow. It's so crazy how these little things always add up, but the Shadow Poison, it breaks the blink of the Tiny. They can't get the initial jump
and straight to Roshan.
And it's right into Roche.
I mean, what a reaction there. I mean, you could feel that Aster felt that they were in a perfect position to make that jump onto Yuragi. They're up on the high ground, they see the PA, but the next thing they know, he's on top of them.
Such confidence, right? Like, he just BKB jumps, he knows his team is going to be there for the backup. OG, continue to make this magic work for them. Level 17 PA on the way toward the Shard next.
It's definitely becoming quite the problem here, Yuragi. See, once again, this replay, they're up on the high ground, but as you say, just the way that OG, and in particular Chu, was able to mess with their ability to get that jump.
Chu is honestly just, yeah, he's pretty much the MVP for me in a lot of these games for OG. The little things that he's able to do, the saves, breaking blinks, just kind of reading the map also to understanding where the movement's coming.
No, this man's insane. The plays that he's coming out consistently at Elan, and there's a relatively new face in terms of playing here at the tier 1 level. He's crushing it.
Yeah, and I really wanted to highlight him also because he's about to have Aghanims done, Owen. And this unlocks a whole new potential of the hero. The break, 3 different break charges. Also, when you get Shard as well, you get 3 of your defensive purge things that can just totally kind of protect the PA in a lot of situations. Yeah, OG somehow just doing it over and over again.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Getting ready to push on here with the Aegis in their hands. Tier 2 tower. We'll see what sort of a defense Aster can pull together. Yuragi.
Ooh, they're smoking just the 2 back heroes. Shadow Demon
Amar,
and the puck.
he's just able to walk up and get the opening onto XXS. XXS will be able to put the BKB, turns over towards Yuragi, catches him with the Inkswell into the spear, but the pipe buff's there, keeping Yuragi protected, and they don't want to overcommit for a PA with an Aegis. They'll turn with the Rupture. Yuragi jumps to the side, trying to force Aster to go a little deeper if they want to take the Aegis out of his hands, and Aster, they can't. They'll be able to protect the Aegis here on Yuragi, OG.
Look how Amar plays. Like, he's just literally standing on top of his PA to just block any spells, any toss combos, anything. He's trying to ensure that there's no toss back funny plays anymore. If they're going to toss back anybody, it's going to be Amar. Really good coverage again and again by OG. Playing aggressive here now, finding their footing with this Aegis. Now it's tough for Aster. They've been wanting to kind of play at this fast pace, but playing into Aegis now kind of halts the aggression and gives OG the time to get this PA fatter and fatter.
I've got the halberd now, Monet, so good opportunity to shut down some of the moments of Yuragi's physical damage output in the fights if you can be quick with the disarm.
Does mean that his damage is going to be quite a bit weaker, though. I'm sure he does have Brigand's Blade at least, and he has purchased up the Shard, which at least will help, but it's a very defensive item that he's gone for.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Probably feels necessary, though, because PA's damage is starting to get quite insane. Level 18 is about to be picked up. Deso on the horizon. Yeah, you see Aster, I think they are definitely feeling quite reluctant to make any type of aggressive move into this Aegis.
Yeah, they may just have to wait this 2 minutes or so out.
Yeah. Or somehow like split push side lanes and just try to catch people with the toss plays. But OG, they're just not giving that window, and it's also scary playing into the Underlord. It's similar to the concept of like this Dawnbreaker. You go for an aggressive move on one side of the map, Amar is gonna come in and bring a pipe to kind of counteract all that aggression. Aster still gathered up.
Ori is alone on the bottom. Setup's going to be there from BZM. Amar ready to follow it up. As indeed, as you say, Aster, Ori trying to go for a bit of split push, but of course OG, they've got all the tools to punish it.
They always just bring the numbers.
Oh, see, Aster trying to prepare for the return. As they're here by the portal, Amar, he'll nope his way back out of there.
But his
back
team's
towards
coming.
the bottom because he's tanked the Rupture.
Okay.
Demonic Purge thrown down onto Monet, kiting him out. Yuragi's going to look to try and commit in. Has been held back by the disarm for now. They'll see to be able to bring down Tiger, but Yuragi's still a problem. He's at full HP. Aster, they don't want to get anywhere near this PA.
Tried to set up for the rift, but everybody jumps in from OG to join.
Yeah, we saw as soon as he gets the Rupture on him, Amar's just straight back out of there.
Yep.
So, all right, I'll pop back.
And then I think he TP'd back afterwards, right? He TP'd onto the outposts that they have, so they still could just bring the number advantage versus Aster.
I mean, that conceptually, that is a huge thing to do, right? If anyone does get ruptured, Amar just drops down the Dark Rift, you just head into the Rift.
Yep, and then you come back afterwards. Stays up for 20 seconds, Rupture's only that 12. Ori shows his face for a second, gets hit, and now, I mean, Chu, Aghanims is done. So, we said, unlocks a whole different potential of the hero.
I mean, he hasn't died this game.
He has not.
1-0-11. They've never been able to punish the Shadow Demon.
No, it's phenomenal play, really, from him. And we haven't even gotten to really talk about like what Disseminate has gotten to do, because it's a kind of a new spell, but you can definitely feel the power of it. It makes kind of the concept of it makes tankier heroes squishier. Let's make it the easy way. Sure, it makes all this cleave and stuff like that.
Yuragi.
Definitely feeling the
He
effect.
wants to charge in with these final moments of the Aegis. He's going to get the jump in over towards Baboka.
Oh man, and they're starting to run away with the game again. 30 seconds on this Aegis, but they've gotten so much out of this Aegis. The map control.
I mean, Monet is still, of course, incredibly farmed, but the question is if he's going to be able to provide such an explosive fight from behind as he was able to do on the PA.
It's him versus the world, and he's not a PA.
See Aster setting up.
Ori
but already
again.
the jump's there onto Ori. Ori's going to get caught out by OG before Aster could even make a play. This time they'll catch Chu in the arena into the silence. They will take him out. See what more they can find though. BZM is in on top of PQ. Yuragi turns towards Monet, ready to stand his ground against the Bloodseeker. He's ready to chase them down as well. They're trying to hold the back with the soul by Monet. Will manage to get the TP off in time, but XXS caught out beyond the tower by BZM and Tiger. Is 3 dead yet again on Aster. And OG, they finally lose Chu, but that's all they lose.
Oh, and they just keep finding Ori. He's having one of the rougher games I've seen in such a long time. 2-6-2. BKB still not done. He actually held the Echo Saber rather than doing the disassemble play that we do see a lot of the times. He's gone for just picking up all the extra components, and he's paying for it. They keep just controlling him and bursting him down with all this magic damage.
And understandably, Chu has definitely been the threat. They really commit in for him there. But it cost them.
And it's this deep ward also that was not taken out. We didn't really talk about it, but north of this fight, that ward is almost full duration. So giving them that sight to get on top of Ori and just always initiate on him. 7K lead now for OG with a PA, with now a freshly picked up Deso, level 20 picked up too, and the Titan Sliver. Everything's coming together. The game's getting harder and harder. Monet!
Tiger just starts the fight onto Monet. He pretty much takes him down to a 3rd HP on his own. He will die for his attempt there, Tiger. But very much seeing the potential when he gets that setup and no BKB ready to protect him. Monet taking huge amounts of damage from the Dark Willow alone. I mean, Yuragi's still hanging around the area.
He's blurred up.
Maybe seeing if he finds a pick-off on his own.
They're trying to save I think they're trying to protect their ward as long as possible.
Could be a bit risky. Has to have the numbers here this time if OG do try and push into the fight. And Amal is teasing some of the action. They won't head into the triangle. They know that they're outnumbered here. They may have to lead OG, but not to a point where they can take a fight 3 versus 5.
No, definitely not. They thought about it though. True, because he has the break. I think he was probably maybe saying like, we might just be able to annihilate, like just delete this Mars before the fight starts. But OG playing still disciplined. As they should, as we've seen Aster, even when they're at a deficit, have been able to take some remarkable fights this series. This one definitely feeling harder, but let's see what they can do. XXS!
Gonna miss the spear. Curse Crown kicks in. Monet will try and keep him covered with the blood right, causing OG to be careful with how they jump in. Ori over to the side, he's got to be careful. He'll jump in himself, actually voluntarily over towards Amal, toss him back, but they've lost both.
Double rupture.
Soulmind into the double rupture. XXS commits in, but the BKB's off in time here from Yuragi. Yuragi attempts to stand his ground.
They're porting out.
Yuragi's getting low, but they're rifting
They're
out. They're away. They head into the rift, they get out of there. Tiger will stick around. He wants to keep fighting. He's in on top of Ori. As Ori will run, but Yuragi resets, he's back in, jumps forward, takes down Ori. Again, Amar just providing these perfect capabilities for OG to reset and choose how they want to take the fight or get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, they're on some kind of like genius level stuff, right? Like from the draft now, they probably had this concept maybe in their back pocket, and it's working out perfectly.
You get ruptured, you get out of there.
Yep, and then come back and you say, oh, okay, no more ruptures, no more soulbind. 10K lead, Yuragi now having freedom in the fights. And that's, I mean, this was like one of the more ideals for Aster. The BKBs did get off though. If XXS gets the spear pre-BKBs, which is, I mean, pretty impossible, then the fight probably goes their favor. But yeah, OG covering their bases perfectly every single time.
Yuragi pretty much having a full basher done after that fight. It's going to be even harder for Monet to be able to stand toe-to-toe with him in a team fight.
Now he might not even be able to walk away. A lot of these times, the only reason that Monet's actually surviving is because he's able to actually distance himself away from this PA. Now 1 or 2 bashes, Monet might just die.
Now Tiger, very far out on his own, but they don't see him up here for now. Now Ori, he reveals himself there, and Ori very quick to get the jump.
Being a little too cocky again, Tiger. He has the blink dagger, so like kind of playing like he can blink away, but yeah, Ori slaps that down. And now Ori, like we said, does have BKB, so a little bit safer. But yeah, 3-7 and 3. They're gonna have to stay in the area around the Roche pit too. This is gonna be the next big determining factor if they're able to win a fight around it.
It's so difficult for them to take a team fight.
It really is.
Now when it comes down to these 2 carries at even net worth, we're very much feeling how much more explosive the PA can be.
Yeah, like if they don't, it's always like kind of finding supports, right? But if they don't find Chu, and Chu's able to just like get all 3 of his demonic purge off, 1 onto Mars, 1 onto Bloodseeker, and maybe just another 1 onto Bloodseeker afterwards, or onto Tiny, fight is not easy.
Smoke time from both sides, knowing the importance of being able to try and start this fight around the potential Roche respawn.
Ori has to get the initiation off. He has to just try to delete some hero. If they get initiated on the side of Aster, I think it's just going to go disastrously.
Does have DD Rune in the bottle.
Can one-shot most of the supports if he does find them.
Chu would be the big catch. Bursting through BZM's a little bit more difficult. He has got the components of the Eon Disc ready to assemble.
CMR also picking up a Lincoln, so trying to prevent versus that rupture. Just throwing it onto Yuragi probably inside of those fights. Because then if Yuragi does not get ruptured, he is going to rip the fight apart.
Dire are scanning.
Roche is back up.
OG smokes up, but Aster do have the high ground.
They also just got a full AC on Monet, so quite a bit stronger.
See how they can start the fight. Ready though.
3-man room.
OG's able to lead in on towards them. Aster's getting forced back. XXS has to put the BKB early.
It's a BKB to run though.
See if they can chase on after this. Blink from XXS will break him a far enough distance away. You'll see BZM drop the coil in. Trying to tease out a BKB reaction from Monet. It won't come into play. He can step out.
Great play there with the Inkswell. Knowing they can hold the BKB, but now no BKB on the Mars. Does OG perhaps just start focusing onto the Roche? I think they probably can with the PA. And Aster, the pressure's on them. They have to kind of just keep poking their face and scouting out that Roche area soon. Even though they don't have BKB on XXS, this is a very difficult fight now for them.
I know, do you know that? They want to take this fight.
Yuragi's sneaking in.
I mean, Monet showing in the river.
Yuragi's in.
He's in. Firstly, Bash straight away, but both are eliminated. Bash as well from the dagger over towards Monet upon the BKB. Soulbind trying to hold back both Amar and Monet, but there's their control. As Monet has to run, they've caught Yuragi in the arena. That's Yuragi jumping forward, picks up a double kill. As he's incredibly low, but he's backing off away from the fight. He's still alive. In fact, he jumps back in, but it's into an avalanche. It's 3 dead on OG. Ori still alive here for now, alongside both Monet and PQ. Finally, Aster, they've been able to find more. Ori, he's in with the jump. To Amar, see if they've got the damage. He has got BZM here to help him out. Amar's going to charge straight over towards PQ. Ori getting incredibly low. BZM, he's able to take him out at the end of it. Amar trying to get up with the rift. He'll manage to reset back to base. Aster, they'll get a few kills themselves, but again, not without their own casualties.
A pretty damn good fight, though. Monet's actually able to get the Rupture off, and then they see the TP out, and then they get the leash from the Soulbind to stop the TP onto Yuragi.
And an incredibly split fight there.
Yep.
Monet surviving, and well on the way now towards the Mjolnir.
Yeah, this AC actually, you know, him going for this kind of defensive pickups of items, the Helper and the AC, he's very tanky, and it provides a pretty good tankiness for his teammates, too, to survive a little longer.
I'll see it again here.
Right when it ends.
Ori, fair few fights now where he struggled to sort of have the impact that he'd want to with the way that OG been able to get the catch on him. This time round, a fair few spells causing issues for OG. Still, the tankiness and the ability to relocate out of the action with the Rift, favoring Amar's moves. Right back in the action. I see both teams look to kick it off again.
He's broken.
Now it's got the BKB charge, holding on to it for now.
Yuragi's
still have outpost control, OG, so indeed Yuragi's going to be able to join them for this fight.
And that ward's still on the high ground. It's seeing Aster back away.
Tiger's trying to see if he can get the catch with BZM, and BZM's in, he gets the Dream Coil onto the two of them. PQ in trouble, Monet has to put the BKB, Ori's going to commit in, jumps over towards Yuragi, but hasn't got nearly enough damage to burst through this PA. As he'll put the BKB, Ori tries to grab the arena's there, Yuragi getting very, very low, the feed!
He's alive!
It catches the three of them, Tiger! Controls Aster and makes sure that Yuragi can live, stand his ground and heal back up.
I think they even used the Lincolns. I didn't know if I think he used the Lincolns onto Yuragi too, right before the Rupture comes out, so no Rupture either. OG again taking the fight. Taiga with his, with his Dark Will this whole tournament also.
Perfectly placed
every
there.
time, always controlling everybody.
His team, the one to be caught in the arena of XXS, but bang on target there with a 3-man fear.
Uh-oh, PQ. He's merged up.
He's going to get slowed down. They do have buybacks available on Aster, but they're going to be hesitant to want to use them. As Tiger gets in, cleans up the action.
And Amar gets that bonus damage, the Atrophy Aura. See how much he's doing to the tower.
And they're taking Roche as well, of course. Yuragi able to easily solo this. So not only severe base damage being done to Aster, Yuragi, he'll be ready to turn up, and over he comes with the ultimate, immediately ready to continue this push from OG.
This is just, again, amazing team play, amazing team fights over and over again from OG, kind of covering each other perfectly. Always there with the saves, always there with the control and number. 14K. How can Monet do this by himself?
It's a lot of weight on his shoulders.
Especially into like so much damage mitigation. Amar now, he's finally going to start bringing Brace back down as well soon.
Trying to start things off, or he's looking for the toss back, but he's not able to find it. Defensive disruption comes out for Chu. Yuragi still tanks the sharpshooter shot, but that's the BKB from Ori. And he's having to use it to back off under the tier 4 tower. So Yuragi teasing with the jump over towards Monet.
That's the whole Rupture as well, too, gone. Yuragi now just continues to getting healed by Chu. That demonic cleanse, of course.
Buffing him up with the Lincolns as well, making it incredibly hard for Aster to get any sort of jump on him. They've got to do it twice. Has that Aegis here for the push.
They have opportunities where they can do the toss-back spears into tier 4s, but it's not easy.
They're trying again to get the angle, but they won't be able to find it. Not able to get the catch. XXS has to put the BKB. They do manage to get the push back out onto the two of the Monet. Moving in, but the bashes are there. Yuragi turns towards Monet. Monet has to split away from them. Back to the fountain.
He's in no man's land.
And the bashes caught him out. As Ori out of the game for 70. No buyback on him. No buyback on PQ. As OG, they'll look to keep this push going. The backdoor protection kicks in, but a new wave of creeps will be joining soon. So OG, they're not going anywhere. They'll take this tier 3.
They're still healthy and a freshly delivered Vlad. Smart. More lifesteal for Yuragi.
3 minutes left on the Aegis still. Yuragi can also get that completed Satanic delivered out to him.
Oh, and they're actually going to leave as a unit, go to bottom, take out the tower.
Continue this pressure. The tier 1s and tier 2s still standing on the bottom lane, but not for long. As OG will charge down this lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Last fights looking to be for Aster if they can try to put up some type of defense, because OG, they're going to bring it to them on this last Rax.
Has fallen.
BCM already in position.
Dire's bottom tower is under
How do you even kill Yuragi once?
I don't know. I don't think you can. We saw the potential of PA when it was behind last game. This time it's completely ahead. Jumping towards the base, they take out Baboka. Has a buyback available. We'll see Ori back in 5. Aster, they'll definitely have one final fight in them.
I mean, BCM's just jumping into the base.
We'll lose the Eon Disc proc here. Still trying to tease out the BKB and Monet.
It's on cooldown,
It is for 5 seconds. He's got to be careful. Ori jumps in. We'll get the toss back onto Yuragi. See if they can deal with him once, but one
Satanic.
crit there. Yuragi's just back up at full HP. Monet tries to run, but they'll take him out. Buyback to come in from Monet. They'll turn with a sharpshooter shot over towards Yuragi, but Yuragi's still good to go. He's surrounded by his teammates. He cannot die here. As OG, they'll be back towards the
Yuragi's
objectives.
in.
Monet, he gets caught with the massive with the BKB up with the physical damage to tear him through him. He's running back to the base. He's ticking down low. He'll get back to the fountain. Monet will live for now, but Ori feared back by Tiger. BZM jumping up to the fountain. Ori's out, no buyback. As Yuragi's ready to play with them here. Right up in the fountain, OG. They've been known to dive before here. They might try to get Damar. He'll get speared back into the fountain. He's dead.
But the Raxes, the Megas,
So the Megas are out.
Yuragi actually hitting tier 4s instead of going for Megas, and that will be it.
See if they can do anything 4 versus 4.
I mean, BCM just has no fear.
I mean,
he's
he's
just
just in
jumping
with
in.
the 3-man dream call. Monet's in trouble. They'll try and push back. The 2 of them, and XXS with the spear and the rebuke will buy something,
He's
but
gonna
it's not
stop.
enough. Jump in there. Chu has the burst to finish off Monet. Out for 100 seconds.
GG.
GG is gone. OG, they've done it, and they've done it clean. 3 games back to back against Aster, a team that looked terrifying in their upper bracket run. But OG, they turned up today, and they gave us the best that we've seen in